Hi, it's Alaska Granny. When is the best day to add to your food storage stockpile? Any day. Start today, start tomorrow. But a little at a time, keep adding, and before you know it, you'll have a nice supply of food. I recently did a restock of some pantry items that are simple to prepare. Basically, just add water, a little bit of cooking maybe, and you have something that you can eat. These are things that I bought in sets of 12, simply because then if I wanted to eat, say, one a month, I would have a year's worth of that food. You don't have to just have it once a month. You could have it every day if you wanted, but it just gives you an example of how you can plan for how much food do I have, how long would it last. If I eat it every day, it would last for 12 days. If I ate it once a week, it would last for 12 weeks, or once a month, it would last for a year. So do you see how you can then add to your stockpile, and it gives you an idea of how to have variety, how to have longevity in your food stockpile, and how to know that you can make simple basic meals with just a little bit of cooking for not a lot of money, and you can be prepared to take care of your family. It's important to have food on hand so that at the end of the day, if you are hungry, you need to make a meal, you can reach into your pantry and you have something to eat. If it's the end of the month and you don't have any more money to buy more groceries, you'll have your backup supply of food in your pantry. If some SHTF happens in the world, you still have some food that you can prepare for your family. So do you see how simple it is to spend a few dollars and then have that peace of mind? It's like insurance. You are insuring your lifestyle so that your family will have enough to eat. Nobody gripes and complains when they didn't need to use their car insurance or their homeowner's insurance. Why should we complain about using our dollars for food security and having a lifestyle insurance for our family? That's how I look at it. And I always figure every package or can of food that I put away is another meal for future me. And that gives me a lot of security. It makes me feel good to know that I have something put aside. I don't have to fret, what am I going to do if something happens? Where would my next meal come from? So let's go through what I bought and see if it's something that you want to buy as well. First, I bought 2 boxes of the Easy Mac because they're single serving, and I'm not cooking for a family anymore, so these are great to have on hand. But you do need to notice something that I learned on vacation the hard way is they don't come with a bowl anymore, I suppose. These are just in a packet, so you need to have a bowl. Add a little water, cook it in the microwave, and you have an easy meal. And they even tell you it's easy. And if you needed a bigger, better meal, you could add a can of chili or something. Stir in other food items. If your power goes out and you can't use your microwave, have something like a butane stove that you could easily boil some water, heat this up with the boiling water, and then it's still going to be certainly fine to eat. Here's what the butane stove looks like, and then you have the fuel canister. And if you look, there's a notch on the canister, and that goes up. So you flip open this lid, and there's a little toggle. You flip up the toggle, then you insert your canister and push this down, and it's locked in place. Then you just turn the knob to start, and you're ready to cook. So the Easy Mac comes in a 6-pack, so I bought 2 boxes so that I have 12. Next, I bought Betty Crocker muffin mixes. They come in triple berry that I really like. I have 12 of those, and they only had 1 of the blueberry, so I only have 1 blueberry. So I technically have 13 of these. I would have bought 12 of the blueberry, but they only had 1. And these have been harder to find, so I was happy that I could find them when I went to the store. So these are so simple. You just add water, a half a cup of water, stir it up, bake it in the oven. Make sure that you have those paper muffin cups so that you can line your muffin tins, and then there isn't any cleanup. My grandchildren were here visiting me recently, and my granddaughter loves these muffins. It was so easy to add water, stir it together with a spoon, put it in the oven, and just within a few moments she could have fresh muffins, which she enjoyed sharing with my little dog Teddy. He likes them too. Next, I bought 12 packs of the Idahoan instant mashed potatoes. I like the baby reds. These to me are the most basic of the potatoes. Some of them come with flavors, but I found that the additions of different flavorful things tend to make them go rancid. These aren't going to last as long as, say, just potato flakes that are only potatoes. About 8 years is about the longest that I've had these before I rotated them, and I found that they were still perfectly fine to eat. So do pay attention to the date on these, and then try to make sure that you're using, rotating, and replacing all of your food within a reasonable amount of time. But if you want the potatoes that can last for 30 years, buy a box of just the potato flakes, but then store them into, say, a glass canning jar or a Mylar bag so that they're in an airtight container, because otherwise they're just loose in the box and they're not going to last. Anyway, I bought 12 of the Idahoan mashed potatoes. Boil the water, stir it together. You could pour over a can of chunky soup. You could top it with some gravy and a can of meat. You could add some vegetables on the side. Just having something as simple and quick as this can make a quick and easy meal. When my kids were younger, I would heat up some chicken nuggets, break them over the mashed potatoes, add in some drained canned corn, top it with some grated cheese, and they really liked that. So for not a lot of money, you can make easy meals with something as simple as a package of the Idahoan mashed potatoes. Next, I bought a variety of 12 of the Knorr sides. Some of them are pasta, some of them are rice. There's a whole variety of them. They only require mostly water. Sometimes they'll need a little milk or butter, and so I do have the powdered butter and powdered milk, the Nido Fortificata instant dry milk, and then I have some Augustin Farm butter powder, and those are great. I can keep them in the pantry for a long time. I can open it up and just scoop out some of the powder, add it into the pan when the water is boiling, and then these are going to be great. And because they come in a wide variety of flavors, you can really vary your meals just by adding a different type of rice or pasta side. So I have cheddar broccoli rice, cheddar broccoli pasta. I have some creamy pesto. That one's not my favorite, but it's nice to have a variety. I have some of the chicken, red beans and rice. I have teriyaki noodles. These are really good. I have Mexican rice and creamy chicken. That's different than just the chicken. You'd think it's the same, but it isn't. So anyway, there's a whole variety of them. Choose ones that you like. Some of them I like far better than others, and so those are the ones that I tend to want to have. I've tried buying 12 of the same one at a time, but then it became boring when I was trying to figure out ways to use it. So now I try to have more of a variety in them. Rather than buying 12 of every variety, I try to have several of each different variety so that I can vary the meals and still have, you know, a package of noodles or rice that I could make every day for 12 days, once a week for 12 weeks, or once a month for an entire year. Next, I ordered a box of Pioneer Gravy Mix, and this I ordered from Amazon. Maybe you've seen the Pioneer Gravy packets, and these are country style, so it's like for biscuits and gravy. They're very simple. You boil some water, you add the gravy mix, stir it into cold water, then pour it into the boiling water. It's very simple and it's very delicious. I usually buy packets of just biscuit mix, and right now I've used up all that I have and I haven't been able to find them. So there's still ways that you can make your own biscuits if you have your basic baking ingredients. So figure out how to make them if you don't have any kind of mixes. So that's on my list for next time I go shopping, is to find a dozen of the biscuit mix, because they're so simple. You just add water, stir it together, bake it in the oven, heat up your gravy, pour it over it. Biscuits and gravy. It's great then if you have maybe some eggs on the side or sausage or something, but even if you don't, just 2 little packages of mix that you can stir together, you can make a filling meal that's pretty tasty. Remember, every meal you have isn't going to be the best you ever had. If every meal was the best you ever ate, how would you ever know when something was super special? Because it's gravy, you can also stir it into other kinds of meals and dishes. So it's good to have a variety. The Pioneer Gravy does come in other flavors, but I just happen to like this one, and so that's the one that I've added to my stockpile today. a lot of eating, we still need to be polite and use a napkin. So I bought a package of 500 napkins, 3 meals a day. That's going to last about 5 months. So did you ever even think about how many napkins you'd actually need? 500, that sounds like a lifetime's worth, but it really isn't if you're using them 3 times a day with your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if you have a big family, you need to really do the math of how many napkins do you need. And do you ever use more than one? I know there's lots of times that I have something that's sloppy, so I need more. Yeah. So these are the food items that I bought to add to my prepper pantry, my food storage stockpile, so that I will have meals going forward. I can fill in a little at a time. Every time I go to the store, add something and make it a variety. Canned foods, packaged foods, long-lasting foods, tear up and then eat foods. Think about all the different categories of meals that you want, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks, and then try to have some food on hand for all of those categories. It really gives you peace of mind when you know that you have a full pantry. You can make meals in a hurry. You can have something when you don't feel like cooking. You can still go in your pantry and make something. I know it gives me peace of mind, and that's what I want for you as well. I hope you'll like my video, share it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.